Kristen, who joined the rune hunters in Advina, seemed to have cleared up a misunderstanding after hearing their story. You defeated the revived King Olden under the guidance of the Aphros Knights. You went to the Advina Cliffs with Salvis and found that Queen Ramalda, who had become a life slave, also had the Tears of God. Salvis said that the reason the militia captain absorbed the Tears of God through Olden and Ramalda was because he was a soul of serpents. When you heard the news that Weeper was found in the expansion base, you rushed to find the child, and you came face to face with the shocking truth. Weeper was... After a key, Dex was found in the baptism room. You became angry as you faced Dex, who had been deceiving you all along. But Aki and Dex, whom everyone thought had disappeared, became one in the constellation of authority, albeit in an incomplete form. In the process, Kristen told you about Saludo's Zodiac development device, which allows one to...
It's been a while. I don't know if you remember me, but I've been following you ever since Advina, although it seems you had no idea. I came to a realization when you showed up again at the Pilgrim's Cave, that there's something I must give you before it's too late. I know you don't trust me because I'm with the Redanimo, but can you please listen to me just this once? We should continue this conversation in private. I'll be waiting for you, so follow me if you trust me. This is a private laboratory that was assigned to me by the Redanimo. Relax. The place is safe for now. Most of the other pagans became life slaves for the One's resurrection. I never believed any of that talk about eternal life, but to think it was actually possible. But now that the red moon has set, I'm sure they have all entered an eternity of slumber, including Ildrit, Anon, and everyone else who brushed past me. Until now, I've been helping the Repenters escape from the watchful eyes of the Redanimo by making up excuses about carrying out their plague experiments. And I've been using a relic to awaken those who have forgotten about the divinity. Here, I'll give you this relic. Why don't you take a look at it? If you have any questions about relics, I suggest you try talking with some of the other Repenters residing here.
So, you must be the rune hunter that Leitre mentioned. That relic you're holding is something that I brought over from Traum. It was for those who wouldn't believe in the 12 gods without definite proof of their existence. That relic was created in Traum through the consecration of the clergies. It was designed to condense the power of the 12 gods and materialize divinity itself. It is said that only those who swear their lives to one of the 12 gods and practice asceticism are given the right to perform the consecration. That is why you need 12 priests to create a single relic. In other words, one relic is able to materialize the power of all 12 gods. Why don't you try summoning the avatar of the 12 gods with that relic? Then you'll realize, too, that the 12 gods do exist.
Leitre claims that the red moon has gone down already, but it feels strange. It's as if the revived pagans could return at any moment. You may know this already, but the concept of life began with the 12 gods, which means that the one the pagans await cannot create life. So it's actually a paradoxical claim when the people of Traum refer to those who have been blessed by the One as life slaves. Even the lives that currently exist in Bellatus were originally created by the 12 gods. It's just that they desired the eternal life that the One promised. Just as proof of their origin from the 12 gods, every living organism in this world carries the light of life, which is essentially divinity itself. The divinity from the light of life can be condensed by offering it to a relic, and that condensed divinity will grant great power in the name of the 12 gods. As divinity continues to gather within a relic, you will realize, from observing the changes that occur upon the divine avatars, that that life is divinity itself.
If you're a rune hunter, then you must know about the Primal War. After all, the runes you're looking for were prepared by the 12 gods for that battle. This is just a theory, but I believe their avatars that can be materialized with relics are also one of the preparations that the 12 gods made for the Primal War. You see, each of the avatars were created based on the 12 gods' powers. It is known that the avatars use their unique energy to communicate with the 12 gods. But it's up to you to wield their powers during times of need, because not even their avatars are able to use their energy indefinitely.
Do you think the 12 gods foresaw everything already? That the world will eventually have to face evil? Leitre said he decided to hand you the relic after witnessing you fight back the One. And now, the door will soon open up. You must continue forth with your avatar. This is the volition of the gods that has been prepared for you. Hopefully, this volition will become a turning point for you, one way or another.
You'll find Saluto beyond this point. Once you leave this place, we will most likely never meet again. I ended up losing everyone dear to me because I made the wrong choice. But you are different. You fought against evil until the very end. Even if you are driven to the cliff's edge, never forget that you are a child of the 12 gods, one who deserves to wield a relic.
I had heard that the rune hunters from all over Trom were flocking to this place, and it turned out to be true. What a tremendous crowd. As they say, where there are people, there's money to be made. My friend should have arrived with the stuff by now, but I don't know where they are. If you see merchants appear, can you let him know?
I was worried because it was my first time in Bellatus, but it's much nicer than I imagined. Well, the more people gather, the more organized the surroundings become. Enon? Ah, that reminds me, we were supposed to meet up. I was completely distracted watching the people. I must go quickly. Thanks for letting me know.
So this is the rumored Chaos statue. It's a lot more impressive than I had imagined. I've been told that this statue started a war in the past. I need to learn about the circumstances behind why it happened. Anyway, I decided to take the news about this Chaos statue to Trom. But is there anyone that can tell me about the sightings? Rune Hunter, as you're aware, articles with comments from trusted people increase its credibility.
Courage also shines brighter as you polish it.
A story about the Chaos statue? Sure, that's not a problem, but does that mean what I say is going to be published in a magazine? Ugh, I suddenly feel a lot of pressure. What should I say? So that... Don't stare at me like that! On paper. I'll write it on paper and give it to you.
I'm here on the order of Captain Kristen to tidy up the area. So, I have a question for you. I heard that the Chaos dungeons are divided up within each nation. Aphras, Ortemis, and whatnot. In addition, Tria seems to be divided into Tri and Laia, the names that were used before the unification. But the Zodiac space is separate from Trom. Is there any reason why they're named like this? Despite how I look, once I'm interested, I need to find out all there is to know. Can you help me?
If you want to know that, you have to understand that the Chaos Dungeons were built around the Zodiac. As you know from the experience with the Zodiac, it is centered around the 12 primal beings. Based on what I've investigated so far, each of the Chaos Dungeons is affected by one of the 12 gods. By the way, each nation of Trom also believes in each of the 12 gods, right? As a result, each Chaos Dungeon naturally belongs to the 11 nations of Trom.
According to what has been discovered so far, the Chaos statue was created by supporters of the Zodiac completion. In order to raise the Zodiac's sensibility of rune users, supporters developed a plan to spread Zodiacs throughout the world. And as the core of their plan, they created a device at Bellitus, the land many avoided because of the reputation of being the Cursed Lands. Also, it was confirmed that the mages of Caspol were deeply involved in the creation of this device.
Oh, that's why. Finally, the question is answered. If so, the war currently taking place with rune hunters can be regarded as sort of a conflict between nations. Though the Zodiac space doesn't really exist, it's always better to have more resources. Anyway, this is great. I can focus on my work now. It bothered me so much that I couldn't concentrate.
Sefdar is the god overseeing prosperity and growth. His power allows life to continue in this world and create events that allow life to advance toward. By calling out the names of the 12 beings, Zodiac Masters will not only understand the balance that makes up the universe, but also be able to form balance among the powers of the 12 beings they've acquired. According to what has been discovered so far, the Chaos statue was created by supporters of the Zodiac completion. In order to raise the Zodiac's sensibility of rune users, supporters developed